So see the first one. We need to solve these two equations by the cross multiplication method and find the values of x and y. So you can see I'm pointing out to it. You can see, I hope you can see the pointer. So take up the first equation, write this as x by xy plus y by xy is equal to 2. Do the same thing with the second one. X divided by xy minus y by xy is equal to 6. Now you can see here x in the numerator and denominator gets cancelled. Here y in the numerator and denominator gets cancelled. So similar thing here. And we have equations like 1 by y plus 1 by x is equal to 2. And the second equation 1 by y minus 1 by x is equal to 6. Now you see that the variables x and y are in the denominator. Clearly, the two equations are not linear equations in x and y. So we cannot proceed with them like this. The two equations are not linear equations in x and y because we see x and y, the variables in the denominator. So what is the next step? Well, we need to convert these two equations to a pair of linear equations and sum of the two variables. So for that purpose, let's assume 1 by x to be a and 1 by y to be b. And let's rewrite these two equations using the variables a and b. So you understand this? This is b, this is a, so b plus a is equal to 2, and this is b, and this is a, so b minus a is equal to 6. So like this, we have two equations, a plus b is equal to 2, b plus a is nothing but a plus b is equal to 2. And this one can be written as minus a plus b. Write a first and then b, so minus a plus b is equal to 6. So now we have two linear equations in a and b. We have two linear equations in a and b. See, earlier we had x and y in the denominator. So these two equations are equations, but they're not linear equations in x and y. They are equations in x and y, but not linear. So we convert them to a pair of linear equations in a and b. Now you know how the cross multiplication method works. When you have the constants on the other side, the headings will be like a, b, and minus 1. And I think the rest you know. This is b1, b2, this is c1, c2, this is a1, a2, and again b1, b2. So arrange the coefficients like this. You know how the cross multiplication method works. So on working this, we find a is minus 2 and b is 4. The value of a is minus 2 and the value of b is 4. But a is 1 by x. We have to find the values of x and y. A is 1 by x and b is 1 by y. So 1 by x is minus 2. Here 1 by y is 4. So which means taking reciprocals on both the sides, we have x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and y is equal to, the reciprocal of 1 by y is y. The reciprocal of 4 by 1 is 1 by 4. So by taking reciprocals on both the sides, the reciprocal of minus 2 by 1 is minus 1 by 2. Or you can cross multiply. You can cross multiply and get the value of x and y. So the value of x is minus 1 by 2 and the value of y is 1 by 4. See second one. So we have two equations again here. Ax, the coefficient of x is a. By, the coefficient of y is b. And you can see a minus b here. This is the this expression represents the constant because this does not have any x or y in it. A minus b does not have x or y in it. So that's the constant. Ax is the x term. By is the y term. This a minus b, this expression a minus b or this term a minus b, which does not have x or y in it, is the constant. The same in the second equation. Bx is the x term. Ay or minus ay is the y term. And see here, a plus b does not have x or y in it. That's the constant. So again, if you wish to have the constants in the RHS and the xy terms in the LHS, the headings will be x, y, and minus 1. Children, we are solving the two equations by the cross multiplication method. And we don't have to do any assumption here further, because we see that these two equations are clearly linear equations in x and y. You can see x and y in the numerators. Unlike the earlier one, where x and y were in the denominator. X is in the numerator. This is clearly, the first equation is clearly a linear equation in x and y. The second one is also a linear equation in x and y. So we have a pair of linear equations in x and y. So we don't have to do any assumption. They're already linear equations in x and y. So we can just proceed to solve them by the cross multiplication method. So the headings x, y, and minus 1. We need to first write the coefficients of y here. Please have it in the correct form. See here, x term, y term, and the constant on the other side. X term, y term, constant on the other side. So the heading is x, y, and minus 1. Why x, y? Because we are solving the equations to find the expressions for x and y. X and y are the variables. So the heading x, y. And minus 1 because the constants, we have the constants in the RHS. So minus 1. Now let's start writing the coefficients of y. See here, plus b minus a. Plus b minus a. After writing the coefficients of y, we need to write the constants. See here, this is b1, b2, and here c1, c2. That's what we need to write. Don't change the sign. Only the heading will change, minus 1. Don't make any changes in the sign here. A minus b, a plus b. Then after writing this, the coefficients of the x terms, a and b, that makes the third vertical, or the third column. And finally, plus b minus a, plus b minus a. So we start from here, then we write this. Then we write this one and we finish with this. We finish from where we started. Like this, we arrange the columns. And now see here, x divided by, how does the cross multiplication method work? We need to find the cross products and find the difference of the cross products. So this one first, b into a plus b first. See here. This product first, b into a plus b. That's what you see here. X divided by this product, b into a plus b. I'm not talking about this minus sign now. I'm not talking about this now. Look at the other product, minus a into a minus b. See here, minus a into a minus b. See here, can you see minus a into a minus b? So this product in one bracket, b into a plus b is what you see here. Minus a into a minus b is what you see in this bracket. Now this is one product, this is another product. You need to subtract the product. So put this minus sign. Don't ignore this just because there's already a minus sign here. No, this is the first product. This is the second product. You need to subtract them. You need to find the difference between them. So you need to insert this minus sign. Is equal to y divided by a minus b into b, or you can write it as b into a minus b. Anyways, this product is what you have to find. You can write this as a minus b into b or b into a minus b. That's what you see here. And this one, a plus b into a or a into a plus b, a into a plus b. So first write this product, then write this product. See here, the first product, the second product. And put a minus sign. You must subtract the cross products. So the minus sign here is equal to minus 1 divided by a into minus a is minus a square. B into b is b square. And put the minus sign. You are subtracting the products. This is one product. A into minus a, a into minus a square. That's one product. B into b square is a second product. You'll have to subtract. So put the minus sign in the middle. This is the first product. This is the second product. You're subtracting the cross products. So the minus sign. So now you know how to open up the bracket. AB plus B squared. And here be careful. First multiply this. Let's do this first. And then use this and then multiply with the minus sign outside. So this is going to be minus A squared plus AB. This one is going to be minus A squared plus AB. And then below, when you multiply these terms with the minus outside, that gives you plus A squared and plus minus AB. See, minus into minus plus, minus into plus minus. So that way we remove the brackets. Same thing here. You can simplify this part is equal to. So since there's minus 1, there's minus in the numerator, you can take out minus common between these two terms. So taking out minus common, minus outside, we get A square plus B square inside. See, minus into A square is minus A square. Minus into plus B square is minus B square. So minus in the numerator and denominator gets cancelled. And here what happens? AB minus AB cancels. So you have x by A square plus B square is equal to, here also we have 1 by A square plus B square. So we look at this one. When you look at this, it's y by minus A square minus B square. See, you can have it as it is. It's not that at this stage itself you have to take out the minus common. There's nothing like that. You can take out this minus common later also. See, it's not that you have to take out the, see, I have taken a minus out here because we have minus A square minus B square, right? So I have taken out the minus sign and I've written it as minus of A square plus B square. It's not that at this stage itself you have to take the minus sign outside. You can maybe do it later. You will still get the same values for x and y. So having done it like this, I'll explain this method. So I have taken out a minus here. So I have A square plus B square in the bracket. So this is what it is finally. Now we equate this with this to find the value of x. So you can see it here. X will be, when you on equating these two, x is equal to A square plus B square by A square plus B square. So they get cancelled and x is 1. Y is equal to, equating these two, y is equal to, this one goes up to the numerator here. Y is equal to minus of, so here if you had written them as minus A square minus B square, at this point you can take out minus common. Here you can take out minus common. And then A square plus B square, A square plus B square. The expressions, they get cancelled as a whole. You cannot cancel A square, B square, B square. It's not like that. The expression A square plus B square in the numerator and denominator is cancelled as a whole. And the value of y is minus 1. And the value of y is minus 1. So in the earlier, in this question, which is called question number 5, we had x and y in the denominator, which is why we had to assume 1 by x to be a and 1 by y to be b. When you have x and y in the denominator, only then you have to, only then they are not linear equations in x and y. You need to assume like this and convert the equations to linear equations in a and b in this case. Now in the second one, x and y are clearly in the numerator. They are linear equations in x and y. So you can straight away, you just put it in a particular form. So here like we have x and y on one side and the constants on the other side. I told you how to identify the constants. See here a minus b, there is no x or y here. So that's a constant. A plus b, there is no x or y here. So constant it is. But see here, this is the x term. There is a there, but this is the x term because ax is the x term. Bx is the x term. This cannot be the constant. This is the x term. This is the y term. Constants. All right. So it's very simple, just that we have to be careful with the signs. If we go wrong, somewhere we miss a minus or a minus sign, then we may not get an answer which looks good like this, you know. We are happy, you know, when we get x is 1, y is minus 1. All right. This is simple, children. I'm not talking about this. So you can see the equations are already linear equations in x and y. So straight away, make the columns and find the cross product, subtract, and so there's nothing much about this. So here also in 8. So for a change, I've written the equations in a different way. So these are the equations given to us, children, in this question number 8. Children, I'm sure I'm audible. Still, please acknowledge. I've been talking all the while.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So children, one more announcement. So today I've shared another, playlist link on solving word problems in linear equations. So please watch the videos. And maybe we'll have a test on all the word problems again in the next class. I'll just give you one question, not 4, just one question in the next class based on all the 3 playlist links. I've shared 3 so far. I've shared 3 links, 3 playlist links so far. I think 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 6, 17 word problems so far. So be prepared with them. We'll take up another test in the next class. I'll just give you one question from the 17. Just go through those 17 types. Nothing away from that I'll give you. Strictly based on those questions. Only the number will be different. We'll first practice that. And then we'll try others in general. So talking about this question. These are the 2 equations, children. What I've written here, one below the other. Ax plus by is equal to a square. Bx plus ay is equal to b square. These are the equations given. But just for a change, we are trying to solve it by having all the terms on one side. Here, the equations are rewritten. These are the given equations. So we rewrite the equations like this. Just for a change, because we've been solving with the headings xy minus 1 so far. So here, just for a change, we'll take the constants also to the LHS. So this will become minus a square and this minus b square. So equal to 0 like this. So we write it strictly in the standard form. All the terms on one side is equal to 0. All the terms on one side is equal to 0. Now, when you have the equations like this, the headings will change. The headings will be x, y, and 1. Why x, y? Because we're solving for x and y. A and b are not the variables. Default. It goes without saying that x and y are the variables. So x and y are the variables. We are solving for x and y. So we have x, y, and 1. It's not minus 1. It's 1 because we have the constants also on the same side or I can say we also have the constants in the LHS. We have written the equation strictly in the standard form with all the terms in the LHS equal to 0. All right. So then, you know this, we start writing from the coefficients of y, BA. See, BA. Minus a square minus b square. Don't change the signs. Here we never change the signs here. We write these columns as they look. We only change the headings xy1 or xy minus 1 accordingly. These we never change any sign. We write them as they look in the equations. So see here, how does it look? The coefficients of y, BA. How do the constants look? Minus a square minus b square, as it is. How do the coefficients of x look? AB. And coming back here, the coefficients of y, BA, as it is. No changes in the signs here. Only the heading will change. If you have everything on the same side, it will be xy1. If you have x and y on one side and the constants on the other side, then it will be xy minus 1. That's all. So here also sometimes we mess up because there's already a minus sign here, so we don't want to put a minus sign. It's not like that. B into minus b square. So I've written it straight away, the product minus b cubed minus b cubed. The product, this product first, minus b cubed, and then this product a into minus a square. Okay, so this is the first product. This is the second product, a into minus a square. Here we need to subtract the products. We need to put this minus sign in the middle. There is minus here. Don't get confused with that. This is the first product. Here is the second product. We are subtracting the product, so we need to insert this minus sign here. All right, I think I've repeated this many times, so I'll not tell you again. So again, here the product minus a square b, and here minus b square into a. Put a minus sign in the middle. 1 by a square minus b square. So a square is one product, b into b square is the other product. You need to subtract the product, so a square minus b square. So I think this you can help yourself. Minus into minus is plus, a into a square is a cubed. Here again, minus into minus is plus, a into b square is ab square. So children, whenever you can take out something common, you have to do it. That's how we simplify the equations. Now when you have an expression and an expression has a few terms in it, right? So when the terms have something in common, please bring out the common factor. Only that will help you, or that will give you a clue as to how to proceed. So at this stage, here, see, what do you have here? A cubed minus b cubed. Okay, so this is a cubed minus b cubed. Fine, we know there is an identity. A cubed minus b cubed is a minus b into a square minus ab plus b square. We'll see if we have to use it. Now here what? See the terms here below y. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hands. Aksharam, Hariharan, Harshita, Lakshita, where are you? Class, use the emoji. Raise your hands. Good. Keep it raised, children. Good. All right. So what we see here is, so here again, we have a square minus b square in the denominator. And we know it can be written as a plus b into a minus b. We'll see if we have to use that. Now look at this one. These two terms have something in common. They have a, b in common. Bring out the common factor. Bring out the common factor. See, should you take a minus outside or not? That's fine. Taking a minus, if you have to, if you feel you can take it out, take it out. If you want, if you're comfortable with this, bring it out. Else you don't have to. Minus is not going to make a big difference. But the terms, the HCF of these two terms is AB. If you don't take out this minus sign, then this will look like B minus A. So in the next step, again, you'll have to take out the minus and write it as A minus B. Because you know that B minus A can be written as minus of A minus B. B minus A is equal to, take out a minus, and in the bracket you can write it as A minus B. So in case you didn't take out this minus sign, then it will look like AB, and here you will get B minus A. You will get B minus A here. So the next step, see if you had taken only AB here, AB, let's just do it. So you'll get minus B. What do you get here? Minus B, and here plus A. If you didn't take out this minus sign, you will get, let me have a look at it again, AB, right? So you will get minus A, right? I said minus B, I think I made a mistake. You will get, see here children, if you didn't take out this minus, you would get minus A, and then here minus into minuses. Why don't you help me? Plus B, yeah. So tell me here children, if you didn't take out the minus, what will you get here as the first term? If I didn't take out a minus here, see I put the laser pointer on that. If I didn't take out a minus there, what will you get inside the bracket?
Minus A plus B, ma'am.
Minus A plus B. Minus A will be the first term and the second term will be plus B. That is nothing but minus A plus B is nothing but B minus A. If you didn't take this minus, then in the bracket you will have, as Parkavi said, minus A plus B, which is nothing but B minus A. So in the next step, what you have to do is, if you want to write B minus A as A minus B, you must take out a minus sign, because B minus A is equal to, take a minus outside, and in the bracket you can write A minus B. So since anyways we need to get A minus B, I've already taken out the minus here, and so that I can get A minus B straight away here, is equal to, and why should I get A minus B? Because see, I have A cube minus B cube, I have A squared minus B squared, so I wish to have the A, I wish to have A minus B, A first and then B like this. Because you know you're going to get A minus B here, because A cube minus B cube is A minus B into A squared plus AB plus B squared. A squared minus B squared is A minus B into A plus B. You have an A minus B here, you have an A minus B here, so you want this also to be A minus B. So what happens? To find X, you need to equate this and this. To find X, you need to equate this with this, and to find Y, you need to equate this with this. So X will be equal to A cubed minus B cubed in the numerator by A square minus B square, and Y will be equal to, this will go up to the numerator here, minus AB into A minus B. That's what you see in the next picture. So X is equal to this and Y is equal to this one. So now you know A square minus B square is A plus B into A minus B, and you know this one is A minus B into A square plus AB plus B square. Last year 9th standard. And here again, because there's A minus B, you can write this as A minus B into A plus B, A squared minus B squared. So on doing that, A minus B in the numerator and denominator gets cancelled, and we have X is equal to this one, A square plus AB plus B square by A plus B, and Y is equal to minus AB by A plus B. All right, children. The next one we are not going to see in detail. I'll just tell you some important things here. So here again we have, this is the first equation, this is the second equation, this is the first equation, this is the second equation. Now you can just cross multiply this equation because you don't want to have fractions, you know, you don't want something in the denominator. You can work it as it is. See, you can work it, see now let's just do it like that. In case you wish to have the equations like this is X by A, children, and this will be minus Y by B is equal to 0. See, X and Y should be in the numerator. As long as X and Y are in the numerator, you're good to go. If X and Y are in the denominator, then you need to assume. Depending on the situation, whether you have to assume 1 by X plus Y or 1 by X minus Y, depends on how the equations look like. But if you have X and Y in the denominator, then we need to assume, meaning we need to convert, they are not linear equations. So we need to convert them to linear equations using some other two variables. But here, see here, a and b are in the denominator. That is okay. The variables are x and y. X and y are in the numerator, so we are good. Meaning you can just go ahead like this. I'll tell you how it look like. So it will be x by a minus y by b is equal to 0. So now tell me what will be the coefficient of x then? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what will be
Yes,
the
ma'am.
coefficient of x?
A.
What will be the coefficient of x? Okay, let's just see if others have a different answer. What will be the coefficient of x? Thirunesh, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, see children, why are we reluctant? We've been used to online classes in school for the last 1 year. Why the reluctance to unmute and talk when it is time for you to say something? What is the hesitance? My question is very simple. X by a minus y by b is equal to 0, not is equal to 1, is equal to 0. In that case, what is the coefficient of x is my question.
1 by a.
1 by a. Who was that?
Harshita.
Yeah, Harshita. So Harshita, what were you doing all the while, Harshita? Why did you not answer? Okay, fine. So x is 1 by a. And what about the coefficient of y? What about the coefficient of y?
1
1 by b.
No.
1 by
Minus 1 by b.
Minus 1 by b. Who was that? Minus 1 by b.
Ashwin, ma'am.
Ashwin. Very good. So I was telling you that we've taken this to this side, no? X by a minus y by b is equal to 0, children. Be careful, it's equal to 0. So the coefficient of x will be 1 by a. And when you take this here, the coefficient of y will be minus 1 by b. See, this is minus y by b here. So minus 1 by b. And the constant will be 0. So see here, when we have to work by the cross multiplication method, you know that the headings will be the variables x and y, and then 1 or minus 1 depending on how you have written the equations. Now here we need to write the coefficients, right? The coefficients of y, the constants, coefficients of x, and again the coefficients of y. So you need to be clear about the coefficients. So the coefficient of x here in the first equation is 1 by a. The coefficient of y will be minus 1 by b, and the constant is 0. So just that if you take it as it is, you need to work with 1 by a, 1 by b. That's not difficult at all. But if you want to avoid fractions, then you can go with this kind of a presentation. That's all. What I'm trying to say is this is the first equation. This is the second equation. The equations are absolutely fine. You can proceed with them as they are. X by a minus y by b is equal to 0 is the first equation. X and y are in the numerator. Good. Ax plus by is equal to a square plus b square. X in the numerator, y also in the numerator, and this one is a constant because there's no x or y here. So it's fine. You can straight away start this one. You don't have to do, this one is not needed. You can straight away do this x, y minus 1 and then arrange the coefficients here. But what I have done is, if you feel you don't want fractions, then you can do this. So I have written the first equation, I've cross multiplied and brought it to this form. Bx minus ay is equal to 0, just for the reason that we avoid fractions. We have got rid of the fractions, the coefficients 1 by a and minus 1 by b, that's all. So it's not mandatory that you must write this equation like this. It is not compulsory. X and Y are in the numerator. So you can treat them, you can take them as they are. You don't have to simplify them also. You don't have to bring them like this. But when you take it as it is, you must be careful with the coefficient of X, 1 by A. The coefficient of Y will be minus 1 by B. The constant is 0. Here the coefficient of X is A. The coefficient of Y is B. And the constant is A square plus B square. So that's what you'll have to reflect here, if you take the equations as they are. But I have written this equation in this form. Bx minus Ay is equal to 0. So that 1 by A, 1 by B fractions are avoided here. And then, yeah. And then this is the first equation. This is the second equation. So since the constants are on the other side, xy minus 1. So you know to arrange this. Again, we need to be careful while multiplying. This product you will have here. Minus B into 0, 0, not B. So sometimes we know it. But you know, in an exam, there is that, anxiety, right? If you can complete the paper on time, if you will get the correct answers for everything. So then in that state of mind, you should be careful. And again, when you don't see the constant, it is not 1. You shouldn't put 1 there. It is 0. If the constant is missing, that means it's 0, not 1. So these little things will make a big difference in the exam. So B into 0 is 0, 0. So this product and then this product. And see here, 0 into A is 0. 0 into A, by mistake, you should not write A. 0 into A is 0. And one more thing, children, I'll tell you why 0 into A is 0. Children, please listen to this carefully. Now 0 into A is 0. Why have I written it here? 0 into A is 0. No, I can just leave it and go to this one. B into A square minus B square. So children, what happens is if you think 0 into A is 0 and just ignore that and write this product B into A square plus B square, we'll forget to put this minus sign. We'll forget the minus sign. See, just imagine you didn't write this. Just imagine you didn't write. At least you should put a 0 there. At least if you didn't show 0 into A, at least put a 0 there. Supposing you feel 0 into A is 0. Why write that? Let's write this product straight away. So then you may in a hurry write B into A square plus B square. You will forget to put the minus here because you have not written anything here, right? Children, I'm pointing with the laser pointer. I hope you're looking at that. Children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. So I'm saying the 0 into A, it is important that you write it. Because if you write this product first and then this product, you will know that you will realize that you have to put this minus sign here. Suppose you didn't write this thinking that it is 0, then maybe you will just write B into A square plus B square. There's nothing here, then why should I put a minus sign? There is nothing here, then why should I put the minus sign? You have to imagine you didn't put this minus sign, the value will be different. You will be incorrect there. Your answer will be incorrect. You cannot argue 0 into A is 0. There's nothing there, then why should I put the minus sign? You should put the minus sign because the minus makes a difference there. So this product 0 into A is 0. Then this product B into A square plus B square and then the minus sign in the middle there. Very important. Here, when you multiply this, what you see here, and then B into zeros here, B into 0. This minus doesn't make a difference. So supposing you didn't write this, there's a minus after it, right? Meaning here, minus 0. So this minus, even if you write only this product and don't write this, it doesn't make a difference here. Because minus and it's followed by 0. So even if you didn't write this, it will not make a difference. But here the minus will make a difference. If you did not write this 0, then you'll forget to put this minus sign. And if you don't put this minus sign, your answer will be incorrect. You will be proceeding incorrectly. So take care. So 0 does have a great value sometimes. So do not ignore that. That's all. This is what I wanted to tell you. I just wanted to say that you can take these as they look. X by a minus y by b is equal to 0. Just that you will have to be careful with the coefficients 1 by a and minus 1 by b. The constant is 0. Yeah, so you could go ahead with this equation as it is, or if you don't want fractions, you can bring it to this form. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, see here, after simplifying, we have minus, both the terms are negative, so we take out minus common, and between these two terms, a is common, so we bring it out. And here again, minus, and then between these two terms, b is common, bring it out. And here we just write it as a square plus b square. So now we have to equate this with this and this with this to find the values of x and y. So here a square plus b square cancels out in both the cases, and x is equal to a, y is equal to b. The minus also, see here, the minus is gone, children. When you take this up here, minus into minus is plus, children. See here, this when you equate this with this, see here, this minus into minus is plus. Here also, when you equate this with this will go up to the numerator, right? So this minus into this minus is plus. See here, this minus into minus is plus. This will go up here. Similarly here also, when you equate this with this one will go up to the numerator. There's minus 1 here, so that minus into this minus will be plus. That's what you see in the next page. See, you don't see the negative sign at all because minus into minus plus, minus into minus plus. So we have x is equal to a and y is equal to b. So the next one. So again, the coefficient of x is a, the coefficient of y is b, the constant is a plus b by 2. You can go ahead with this equation as it is, but I told you, if you don't want fractions, see, when you avoid fractions, you can be more careful while calculating. You might go wrong when you're dealing with fractions like this. So I suggest you cross multiply and have the equation in this form. Or if you want to be adventurous and you want to be adventurous and do it correctly, then maybe you can go ahead with this. But I normally avoid fractions, so I cross multiply and bring it to a form like this so that it's convenient for students also. So here I don't want this fraction a plus b by 2, so I cross multiply, and that way we have 2ax plus 2by is equal to a plus b. Now this is convenient. The second equation is 3x plus 5y is equal to 4. So what is strange about these two equations? This is like 3x plus 5y is equal to 4, which does not have a or b in it. But this one is like, see here, look at the two equations. The second equation, the coefficient of x is 3. The coefficient of y is 4. Sorry, the coefficient of y is 5 and the constant is 4. While the first equation is different, meaning the coefficient of x is 2a. The coefficient of y is 2b and the constant is a plus b. So all that a and b are only in the first equation, it is not in the second equation. But still, this pair of equations are correct, meaning the question is correct. You can solve them. And you have to solve again for x and y, not for a and b. You're solving for x and y. That goes without saying. So, and I told you, see, when you're writing the coefficient, write other than the x, cover the x and write the remaining thing. That will be the coefficient. Cover y, write the remaining thing. That's the coefficient. So you have to write xy 1 minus 1 and then these columns. I'm not talking about these. And I think now I don't have to tell you about this step also. I'll continue from here. So children, yeah. So this gives us, so here, yeah, okay, fine. So you have two b terms here, that simplifies to 3b minus 5a plus 3b. So here we have 3a and minus 8a, so minus 5a plus 3b. And here minus 1 by 10a minus 6b. and 10 and 6 have 2 in common, so bring it out. 10 and 6 have 2 in common, bring it out, and that gives you 5a minus 3b in the bracket. So now you can see 5a, this expression 5a minus 3b everywhere in the denominator. See 5a minus 3b. Here, oh, but it's like minus 5a plus 3b. So you can get this 5a minus 3b by just taking out the minus common. By just taking out the minus common. You could have done it here also. Well, I have taken it up here, but you could do it here also, children. Just look at this step. The thing is, after simplifying the like terms, we get this. After simplifying the like terms, we get this. And here we have 5a minus 3b. We have 5a minus 3b. What you can do here is, this is minus 5a plus 3b. Take out a minus sign. Take out a minus sign. And in the bracket, you should write 5a. Since there's a minus outside, minus into minus will be plus. So when you take a minus outside, in the bracket, you will get 5a minus 3b. Close bracket. This also can be written as 5a minus 3b by taking out a minus sign. When you take a minus sign outside, open a bracket, write 5a minus 3b, close the bracket. Here also, same thing. You can take out the minus sign and write in the bracket 5a minus 3b. You can do that change here itself. What have I done? So see here, I've equated these two. I told you, see, anyways is fine. There is no rule that you have to do it at this stage or you should not do it at this stage. So equating these two, x is equal to, see here, I've written this minus 1 as it is here. You can see it. X is equal, equating these two, x is equal to, you can see this minus 1 here. And then this one in a bracket, this one I've written in a bracket, divided by this one, 2 into 5a minus 3b. So be careful. And the same thing here, y is equal to this into this, minus 1, you can see it here, minus 1, and this one in a bracket, minus 5a plus 3b in a bracket. See this one, minus 5a plus 3b in a bracket, divided by 2 into 5a minus 3b. Now what happens? Multiply minus into minus plus 5a. That's what you see here. Minus into plus is minus 3b. So we get 5a minus 3b. When you multiply these terms with the minus 1 outside, you will get 5a minus 3b. Same thing here. When you multiply this and this with the minus outside, you will get 5a minus 3b. See here, minus 5a into minus 1 is plus 5a. Plus 3b into minus 1 is minus 3b. So yeah, we're done. So 5a minus 3b, the expressions, they get cancelled in the numerator and denominator. And the value of x is 1 by 2. See children, this is cancelled out. There is nothing in the numerator, meaning 1, not 0. Because 5a minus 3b once, 5a minus 3b, like 5 by 5 is 1, right? When you have 5 by 5, 5 by 5 is 1, not 0. So similarly, there's nothing in the numerator, meaning there's 1 in the numerator. X is equal to 1 by 2. Y is also equal to 1 by 2. So in these two equations, the second equation, the coefficients are completely numerical. But in the first equation, the coefficient of x is 2a, the coefficient of y is 2b, and the constant is a plus b. A and b are only in the numerator. You can still solve such equations. So we've solved them by the cross multiplication method. And you see we're getting numerical values. X is equal to 1 by 2, y is equal to 1 by 2. So here, so nothing in specific to share children with this. Yeah, x and y, both the equations are linear equations in x and y. If you wish to see, I've done them in different ways so that you get an idea as to how to handle it. That's all. It's not that in this, for these equations, I'm sure you wouldn't misunderstand like that. It's not that for these equations you have to bring the constants to the side. No, just telling you, I have brought the constants to the LHS just to show how they look like when you bring them to the LHS. So a plus 2b and 2a plus b as it is in the bracket. See here, a plus 2b as it is, 2a plus b as it is. When you transpose, when you bring them to the LHS, just fix a minus sign before them. Fix a minus sign. Write the expressions as they look in the bracket. Whatever they are, just put them in a bracket. And before the bracket, they have a plus sign. So when they're transposed, the plus becomes minus. Here also, see here, these two equations. You can see them. See what you have to check is if the equations are in the standard form. You can see the x term here and the coefficient a plus 2b. You can see the y term here and its coefficient 2a minus b and the constant is 2. See here, x, its coefficient, y, its coefficient, constant. X, its coefficient, y, its coefficient, constant. So the equations are in the standard form. X and y are in the numerator. So they are linear equations in x and y. X and y are in the numerator. So the equations are linear in x and y. So straight away you can make the columns, arrange the coefficients like this and proceed. I think we'll just discuss this and stop. We'll just discuss this and stop, children. So here you see in both the equations we have x and y in the denominator. So these two equations are not linear in style. They are equations in x and y, but they are not linear. X and y are in the denominator. So when you take it up to the numerator, it will be x to the power minus 1. When you take this y to the numerator, it will be y to the power minus 1. When is it linear? When the power of x is 1 and the power of y is 1. But here when you take x to the numerator, see, you must read the powers when x and y are in the numerator, not in the denominator. X and y should be in the numerator. So when you take x to the numerator and y to the numerator, it will be x to the power minus 1, y to the power minus 1. So these equations are equations in x and y, but they are not linear equations in x and y. So we need to convert these two equations to a pair of linear equations. Not in x and y, that's not possible, in some other two variables, so u and v. So when we have x and y in the denominator, we do this assumption and we rewrite the given equations using u and v. And now you can see that they are linear equations in u and v. The two equations are linear in u and v. See, now you will say a squared, the power is 2, so it's quadratic. No. We are looking, this one is a coefficient of u and v are the variables. The power of u is 1, the power of v is 1. Linear. A square is the coefficient. A square here is the coefficient. B square is a coefficient. We are not looking. See, if it was simply, if in general this was given to you. Say not in this chapter. In general, this is given to you. Now tell me, what is the degree of this polynomial? Just forget this is equal to 0. Forget this is equal to 0. Now look at a square u minus b square v. What's the degree of this polynomial?
2, ma'am. 1.
1, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
I'm saying just come away from this chapter. Now this is given to you. This polynomial is given to you. A square u minus b square v. Now tell me, now say we are in 9th standard. What is the degree of this polynomial?
3.
3. The degree of this polynomial is 3 because you'll have to take up every term. Take up this term, a square u. You're looking at everything as variables. Now this polynomial has 4 variables, a, u, b and v. This polynomial has 4 variables, a, u, b and v. Take up the first term. What's the power of a? 2. What's the power of u? 1. Add the powers. 2 plus 1, 3. Here, b is raised to the power 2. You should find the sum of the powers of the variables when there is more than one variable in a term. So v is raised to the power 1. 2 plus 1, 3. So 3, highest power 3. So this is a cubic polynomial in 4 variables a, b, u and v. This one is a cubic polynomial. Cubic, 2 plus 1, 3. It's a cubic polynomial in 4 variables a, b, u and v. That's a different thing. Now we are dealing with, so the question itself will be given to you. Solve for x and y. Solve for x and y using the cross multiplication method, which means your variables, your prime variables are x and y. And since they were not linear, the equations were not linear, we've used the variables u and v, and we have converted these equations to a pair of linear equations in u and v. So u and v are the variables. The others are only the coefficients. So I'm trying to clarify that you will wonder that this power 2 here, how is she saying that it's linear? It's not linear. It is linear because we are looking at only u and v as the variables. A square is the coefficient of u. B square is the coefficient of v. A square b is the coefficient of u. U is the variable. A square b is its coefficient. What's the power of u? 1. Linear. Power of v? 1. So these two are linear equations in u and v. The variables are u and v. They are raised to the power 1. So they are linear. The equations are linear equations in u and v. All right, children, as I told you earlier, you just have to be careful when there's this 0 happening. When there's this 0 happening, we need to be very careful. Don't ignore that. So please see here, everywhere I've written, when I write the cross products, I don't forget to write b square a into 0 because I want to be careful. I don't want to miss on this and go wrong somewhere. So it's just going to take you less than 5 seconds to write this. But if you don't write this or this and you go wrong, it'll cost you 4 marks. So which is better? Better you spend 4 seconds to write this and this, to write this one, to write this product and write this product. Better we spend 4 seconds for this than to lose 4 marks because of this, carelessness. So otherwise, I have nothing much to say in this. You know, the headings are u, v and -1 because the equations are in u and v. So u, not x, y now. It's u, v and -1. And then you have to arrange the coefficients like this. So I told you, be careful when there's a 0. So write this cross product also. 0 into b square a. And then here start with this one, 0 into a square b. Don't forget to write this. And then write this product. Only then you will put this minus sign. This minus sign. If you don't write this one thinking it is 0, then you will forget to put this minus sign and your answer will be incorrect. Alright, children. Otherwise, nothing new. You have to take out the common factor if you have, and yes. Alright, so on solving, we find x is equal to a square and y is equal to b square.